It is Christmas time, and it's about this time that the heathen start gather about themselves, hunting down Mary and Joseph to try to see if them can kill Jesus before he's born. And they will fail. They will fail every year because Jesus was born on Christmas Day, and his birth gave life to all of us, and they shall fail again this year. And I look forward to the 25th when I know that they fail again. How you doing all? Karen Cecilia here. I know you all miss me. I soon come. But I take some time out, a few minutes, not long, just to comment on this whole proposition by the PSOJ, Mr. Metrosiaga and his crew, and what they have now proposed. It is, I'm wondering what time we live in, what time zone, or what period we live in. I don't know if Metrosiaga understands anything about black people and black people's struggle. I don't know if he's interested in that. There's nothing in his public life that suggests that he is. I don't know what relation he is to Mr. Siaga, but I know Mr. Siaga would be ashamed of him. Mr. Siaga would cry disgrace on him for making this kind of proposal. So here's a proposal that the PSOJ, under the leadership of Metro Siaga, is making. And I'm going to make it very simple for you, the Jamaican people, to understand. And I'm not going to talk about the role that the Don played in all of this, not yet. I'm going to talk about it, but not in this one. Because the Don has become, boy, something else. And we're going to explore that. But here's what Metro Siaga is saying. Let us scrap Emancipation Day. Let us scrap Independence Day. And let us create another day that we all can celebrate that. Want to get that? Metro Siaga and his crew of mostly half-white and full blue-blooded white people with the token little black lady and the token half-black little young fellow in it, they are proposing that Jamaica forsake its heritage and its history, and we should not be celebrating Emancipation Day, the day that the slaves were freed, our foreparents, and Independence Day, the day that the British Union Jack came down and the Jamaican flag went up. I don't know. Tell me that you feel some kind of pride about that day at the National Arena in 1962, August 6th, when the Union Jack from Britain came down and the beautiful black, green and gold Jamaican flag went up. Tell me that does not instill some pride in us, that we would want to celebrate that day by itself, however way we wish. Whether we are going to the beach, or we take a drive down to Portland, we are going to eat 2 fish, we are invite one of the family, we are going to some family yard, whatever it is that we choose to do on that day to celebrate our freedom, our economic and political freedom from the British capitalist and what we call them back in those days, imperialist. Metro Siaga, I am sure, probably not sure, but probably him and the entire crew that showing them face, that Jamaica 411 gave you that picture, probably him and them have passports or visas to other countries. Probably they are dual citizens. I don't know if Metro Siaga is not a US citizen or a Canadian citizen or a British citizen. Him have somewhere for run go. We have nowhere for run go. Him and all them man they were in the PSOJ, all of them high collar Tapanaris man they. All of them have them passport for other countries that they are citizens of. Half citizen or full citizen. Whether them born there or whether them just get them passport that say them a US citizen or them a Canadian citizen or them a British citizen. Most of them do them have somewhere for run, but them can pack up everything that them own. Them can own in them pocket. And them can carry it with them to the airport. Them do have to pack a suitcase. But these men have the gall to tell us that we should not celebrate Emancipation Day, and we should not celebrate Independence Day. And why? Because it slowed down productivity. Which productivity? Whose productivity? Their money, their profit. Them do sales on Emancipation Day. Because Emancipation Day, we emancipate ourselves in rum and curry goat and jerk pork and jerk chicken and fried fish, and we are drink and we are laugh and we are play domino and music and run. We are emancipate ourselves on Emancipation Day, which PJ gave us. Independence Day. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Metro Siaga and his ilk could suggest to the United States that they scrap July 4th, that day that their independence declaration was written, the day that they themselves declared that they didn't get independence from Britain that day, but that's the day they declared, that's the day that the 13 colonies and George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and John Adams and all them got together and them write this document and them said, today, July 4th is our Independence Day. Now let's go fight for it. And they fought for it. It took them 4 years or thereabout to go get it. But they fought for it. Huh? Can you imagine Metro Siaga, if he's a U.S. citizen, should go down to Congress in D.C., go so propose to them that them scrap it because the money now make that day there. It affecting productivity. Try to imagine that. How the Americans would have string him up. But Jamaicans not going to string him up. We're not going to string him up. Nobody is going to take him on it. But there's a more deeper, sinister aspect to this that I think. I am wondering, why does Metro Siaga feel that he can make this proposal? What the confidence with which he has made this proposal suggests that he have some kind of, secret for the government, or him believe that Andrew Holness will have to do what he asks, or whatever it is that them ask Andrew Holness of him, he should do it. Why? Now here is a thought. Throughout all of Andrew Holness' worries, the IC, the cry of corruption, the whole heap of excitement, the private sector organization of Jamaica has remained quiet. Throughout it all, not one of them ever come out and say, boy, the government corrupt here, man, we need a new election. Boy, I say Andrew Holness should resign here, man, things are going good. Have you ever heard one of them come out and say it? No, they are happy. They are happy with Andrew Holness because they are being taken care of. Remember how this system works, And it's not just a GLP system, it's a GLP and PMP system that has been, back and forth for decades. Every time a government is in power, them look after the rich Tapanaris people, them first. Them look after people like Metro Siaga first. Them get everything for the last 8 years that the GLP has been in government. The private sector organization and the upper class people get everything that they want. So them have no reason for make up no nice by Andrew Holness. It's usually the black people that have to wait last. The poor people have to wait last to get anything, which Mr. Holness announced last week Sunday at his conference. It's now our time because them get everything where them want now, so we're gonna get something now. And Mr. Metro Siaga decided that he's going to rain on our parade. He's going to rain upon the $20,000. He's going to rain upon the GCT for the light. He's going to rain upon everything that we are supposed to get by putting a spokes in it and talk about we need to drop our emancipation. Everything that defines us. Emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, from physical slavery. Everything that Paul Bogle and Nani and Sam Sharp fought for, Metro Siaga would like to tell us that we don't need to celebrate it. We don't need it. That is what them telling us. We're too free. We need to stop being free and go produce. We need to stop celebrating emancipation and go work to put more money in his pocket, to make more profit for him and his crew and the big companies. We don't need to go to beach. We don't need to go smoke ganja and drink rum and beer. We don't need to go to Portland and go eat jerk pork and Emancipation Day. We don't need to go hang out with our families and our friends. We don't need that. We need to be at work to put more monies in his pocket. And him feel that him can hamstring the government. So he makes this proposal in the hope that Andrew Holness would remember that boys them keeping him in power. That's a mistake that politicians always make, you know. That's a mistake every politician in this country, every leader in this country make that mistake. PJ to some extent too, although PJ was trying to deliver things of worth, like making Emancipation Day a national holiday. So I'm feeling, the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that Metro Siaga feels that he have this confidence that he can actually make this proposal. That is what bothers me the most. And nothing in the proposal that says, all right, me could scrap Emancipation Day, me could scrap Independence Day, and on the work those 2 days I will get double money. Nothing in the proposal that say that, you know. The proposal is about we not celebrating everything that defines us. Everything that defines us as a black people, as a people that struggle, our foreparents, slaves, that was taken from all over the world and brought here. Everything that is our heritage, everything that defines us, he want to take that away because he want him profit. And nothing in it for us. Nothing. It's about his profit and his productivity. The productivity not have anything to do with us. So Jamaicans, you can't sit down on this one. Don't make the Dan Anderson foolishness fooling about 64% say Jamaicans think that we should scrap Independence and Emancipation Day. It's a damn lie. And I'm going to come tell you about that one. It is a damn lie. Dan Anderson is getting himself all... I can't go into that Dan Anderson thing now. I want to talk about the PSOJ and Metro Siaga, but I soon come back to you with the Dan Anderson thing. About that poll, about 64%. Which Jamaican in anywhere in this country tell Dan Anderson that they want to scrap Emancipation Day and they want to scrap Independence Day in favor of working for Metro Siaga and PSOJ and putting more profit and money in their pocket? Which Jamaican tell Dan Anderson that? I would really like to know. Must be some Jamaicans that have US citizenship and British citizenship and Canadian citizenship. It must be them there. It must be them there with green card. It must be those Jamaicans that tell Dan Anderson that. It must be. Look at the PSOJ makeup. Look at the full white and half white man in the PSOJ, which was started by Butch Stewart, you know. It's Butch Stewart started this thing where nobody that is black should be the president of the private sector organization of Jamaica. It's Butch Stewart started it. And one noted politician in America, very noted politician who has made several visits to Jamaica on the invitation of Portia Simpson Miller, made a comment. Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, made a comment once in one of her trips that she made here on the invitation of Portia to a group of people. Why is it that a country that is over 90% black, the private sector organization leadership is so white? She made the comment. She made the comment and she said, yes, she know Jamaica have a lot of mixed races and she know that most of these people born in Jamaica, but them have certain heritage and certain DNA, certain antecedents in them that they can be counted as white Jamaicans, but not really Jamaicans, which is basically the point that Maxine Waters was making. And if Maxine Waters saw that and made that comment, Jamaicans beware. Them coming to take away everything that defines us as a people. And Metro Siaga, Mr. Siaga must be turning over in his grave. Because say what you want about Edward Siaga. Mr. Siaga was a Jamaican patriot. Was a man that promoted and did some things to enhance Jamaica's culture, Jamaica's heritage, Jamaica's history. So we can say anything we want about him, PMP. But he did that. He did that more than any other leader in this country. I mean, you could rival it with him and Michael Manley. Michael Manley talk a lot about what we are and how we are, and Michael Manley bring us to where we are and help us to where we are and put programs in place. When they talk about our culture, there's no rival to Edward Seaga. And he must be turned over and grave to watch this piece of crap, Unde Metro Seaga. This piece of trash coming out talking about we should scrap Emancipation Day and we should scrap Independence Day. I want you to think about that very carefully, I want to think about that. I have been in America 1 and 2 times when I'm celebrating 4th of July. And I tell you, them people take them things very, very serious. Very, very serious. When you're reading history, that when that declaration was written and signed by the 13 colonies of the United States back then in 1776, when that was signed and it was spread throughout the whole 13 colonies, it was celebration, and them never get independence yet. Them still a fight the war with Britain, but they wrote that and they believed it and they fought for it and they won. Sam Sharp led a Christmas Day rebellion to get Christmas Day, to get holidays. And Metro Seaga believed that that is not important to celebrate Emancipation Day. Norman Manley went down to Britain and tell it was the Prime Minister of Britain at that time, I think it was Macmillan. And Norman Manley tell him that, yeah, we're ready to take charge of our own thing. We're ready to take charge of our own thing. Let it loose, man. We're going to take charge of our own thing now, and Buster back him up. Yeah. And Metro Seaga now feels that we should not have that. No, we should not. He want to take everything away from us now. Them take away everything that we have already. Them take away our land. Them drain our brain. Them take away our inventions. Them take away everything from us. And now he want to take away the thing that defines us. Strip us of our own heritage. Therefore, we'll be left naked and bare. It's like we'll be starting over a fight. Starting over a fight for emancipation. Starting over a fight for independence. And that is what Metro Seaga and the PSOJ want to take away from us. A group of half-white men. A group of half-white men who probably have citizenship in many other countries and do have no stake here except their money. And God knows if most of their money actually is here. But the war them can pack up. The war them can pack up. Everything can hold in them pocket. And go to the airport, take a plane and go on them yard. Wherever it is that they are citizens of. After them strip we of everything that we have. I sincerely hope that the Prime Minister is taking into consideration this proposal. And I look forward to hearing him rebuff it and rebut it and make the argument to the PSOJ that this is our heritage, this is our culture, this is our history, and we will celebrate it in whatever form we choose other than working to put more money in a Metro Seaga pocket. We will celebrate Emancipation Day however we wish. Hang out in front of our TV and watch Netflix. Hang out in our bed. Have sex all day. Get up and just eat and drink. Go to the beach. Drive out to Portland. Go down a Ochi. Whatever we choose to do. I expect that Prime Minister is going to get up and tell Metro Seaga that I'm not entertaining that. Because this Prime Minister is a black youth. Born to black parents. With black history. From slavery in a Spanish town. I don't even know if Metro Seaga probably look at them up for find Spanish town. Somebody have to direct him to where Andrew Holness was born. So I hope this Prime Minister answer it promptly and forcefully and deliberately and shut it down. Don't entertain it. Don't leave it out there to float like this is something that can be discussed. This can't be discussed. Because if this starts to be discussed, there's going to be riots in Jamaica. I promise you that. If this is even given the credence to suggest that we're going to discuss it, there will be riots in Jamaica. And we're going to call on our international friends to help us to raise ras, so to speak. So this needs to shut down right now. Right now, this needs to be shut down. Metro Seaga can't just get up and propose these things. and him have the confidence to propose it, and him feel like him have something in him back pocket where him can pull out some kind of rabbit that him can pull out, so him have the gall to suggest it. And the fact that him could even suggest it just tells us what he thinks of us, and how very little he thinks of us, and how he has us in no regard at all. We are just regular slaves that have a little bit of freedom now, and him think that him should take it away. As him wouldn't suggest this. Him clearly have no respect for the Jamaican black people, which is why I'm suggesting this. I'm telling you, see, man, if Jamaica was ever as militant as half of the people in the US, these private sector organizations will be looking for somewhere to hide. And I don't mean that physically or destroy anybody or destroy any building or hurt anybody. But I mean the people would rise up against them, and they would have to hide just to suggest this. People would be out there. But Jamaicans are falling into a laissez-faire comfort zone where they feel that social media and the news media, the mainstream news media, and everywhere else that they get their news, that's their comfort zone, is the home, and what them a do. Nothing else matter to them except what them a do. And everybody have become individualistic, and nobody don't think that we are in this anything together. But in fact, nobody don't think that there is a we who are in this together, and there are certain things that we must stand up together for. And finally, I wonder where the British-born white man who leads the PNP, I wonder where he falls in this discussion. Or do I need to wonder? Thank you all for listening to me. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, and keep the children safe.